Yes, yes, yes. This is the HL podcast for our HL Tuesdays. We are the dopest podcast in the DMV, presented
Yeah.
to you all by the Harris Firm and Willpower Innovations.
Yes,
I am
sir.
Cam Rock alongside your boy Chief.
Man, let's get it. I see that.
Let's
I see that flag back there, G. That John.
hey, hey, let me
Yeah.
move to the side. Yeah. Which way? Which
Yeah.
way?
I
Hey,
see you.
rest in peace to my man Fred Hampton, man.
Yeah.
Hey, if you ain't seen it, go see it. All right. Hey, people.
Please.
Now tonight, this is our HL interviews where we'll be sitting down and conversing with up and coming and established Black entrepreneurs, activists, educators, artists, politicians, etc., to learn more about them, their businesses, and their plans to hopefully help the Black community. All right. Now, people, please remember that all of our previous interview episodes are now available on all major podcast platforms and on our YouTube channel. Right now, we are broadcasting live on the Roku platform and Apple TV on the Politicking app via Politicking Broadcasting. All right. And a special shout out to the StreamYard platform where we are live right now on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube as well. All right, people, thank you for following us on Facebook, TikTok, and IG at the HL Podcast. We greatly appreciate it. And lastly, but certainly not least, in the least, this Saturday, it's going down. The 7th issue of the HL Mag will be dropping. We've already dropped the cover, courtesy of Visions That Transcend. February 20th, people. It's gonna be incredible. We're doing it for Black History Month. That'll be available
Definitely.
on our IG page at the HL Mag and on the Black Lotus website. Shout out to everybody from Black Lotus. Let's get it.
Let's get a little hint on that. If y'all ain't seen the cover, go ahead and look at that flag back there, and it kind of got the colors
Facts.
that we aiming for this month. But let's get
Hey,
into this. This is going to be an exciting interview. It's going to be energy bar. I heard some of us been drinking coffee, but I'm not gonna name no names. But we got Riri from the New Normal. I know you've seen her a bunch of times, especially with Amrock on his blunt combo, but she definitely has her own platform and is going crazy right now. So let's go
yeah.
ahead and bring her in. What's up? What's up?
What's up?
What's up with y'all? Hey.
Hey, how's everything?
Everything's good. Thanks for asking.
Awesome.
That's
awesome,
good.
awesome.
You ready for this?
I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
All right, let's
Appreciate you being on.
definitely.
Where
So
have you- Okay.
I'm gonna quote something that you posted,
Oh.
and it's gonna go with this exact question. You posted 6 months from now, you could be in a completely different space, mentally, spiritually, and financially. Keep working and believing in yourself. I want to hone in on the mental aspect. How is your mental right now in 2021? We're now 2 months in. February is pretty much gone already. We in March, really. How is your mentality right now? Is it stable? Is it up and down? Are you fighting yourself? Are you having internal battles, external battles? What's going on?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I take it day by day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's not one certain way because some days I'm real good. Some days I'm like, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I just live life though. And I remember, like, I have a son. You know what I'm saying? So when I do feel like off balance or whatever, like I gotta go hard for my son. You know what I'm saying? He watching me, and I don't know. That's what I just based off a lot of stuff because I watch my parents, and they may not going through what we went through, but they went through other stuff. We don't know what they went through. So I just, I try to be happy, try to keep my energy up. I'm a high vibrating, soul or whatever. So I surround myself around high vibrating people, and that's I know every day. But mentally, I feel like all of us are going through certain stuff. You know what I mean? I just reevaluate and see what I can do to contribute something better to other people. I want to make people smile, make people happy, or whatever and stuff. Because I want to be what it said, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So that's why I'm like I am.
I hear that. So you brought up your family, and we said you're based in Atlanta right now. How was it coming up in Atlanta?
It was good, actually. You know what I'm saying? For me, Like I'm from the real Atlanta, like the city of Atlanta, Fulton County, spots, as they say, or whatever. But my dad was a truck driver, my mom was a nurse. The area started getting real bad. It was already kind of the hood, right? So when I was like 8 and 9, we moved to the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? So I had a whole different lifestyle when I moved out there. But as I got older, I wanted to go to Atlanta. You know, it's a city. That's where everything got hype, you know.
Yeah,
so I want to be a part of that. So I love it though. Atlanta is everything to me. Black everything. Black excellence, entrepreneurs. You can see yourself. It's very few white people in in Atlanta for real, in the city, outside, of course. But you can see yourself a successful black person. Like I can do that. The chief of police, the mayor, all my parents been black. Like it's just like okay, power moves. Period.
Right.
I hear that. Representation truly matters, and definitely got it in Atlanta. So how has your family actually inspired you up until this point? I have a bunch of family members who inspired me. Who's inspired you in your family?
My mom and my dad, actually. Like I said, my mom was a nurse. My father was a hustler. But anyway, he was a truck driver as well. That was totally different people. And my mom was firm. She was like, go to school, get your education, you know what I'm saying? Be the best person you can be or whatever. My dad was like, come on, let's party. We got celebrities out here. I'm trying to party with everybody, trying to get crunk. So I wanted to be, honest with you, I want to be like my dad. Because my mom always serious. My dad always had fun. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a mixture of both. I know how to handle my business, but I know how to have a good time too. Or whatever. That's why they inspire me. They always told you to, go to school, get an education, trade or college or whatever. Well, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When I say I want to go to beauty college, my dad was like, what? He's like, no, right. You go to college. I was like, no, I want to go to beauty college. Anyway, so he didn't like it at first. He paid for it. Then when I got out of school, I was serious. I went hard. He was like, okay, I'll start making money. He was like, okay then. With this, you know what I'm saying? I went to medical school too, though, but that was later on. But my parents inspired me because they was always happy. My mom she didn't smile, but she was, you know what I'm saying? She was a mom. My dad's only daughter. So I was spoiled. I got whatever I wanted, and it was just a good time.
That's good. That's good to hear. So switch gears. What was your first passion? Was it always being creative? I know creative comes with all folks that look like us, but some of us tend to run away from it. Did you run away from this creative side? Was that your passion first? Was conversing with others your passion? Tell the folks your first passion.
Okay, so I've been wanting to do hair since I was 11 years old. My sister had two sisters that were older than me. One was 10 years older, one was 7 years older than me. They both passed away. God bless the dead. But my sister was she did hair. And I wanted to be like, she was beautiful. She had beautiful hair. She was doing stuff in school. I was like, I want to be just like her. So my passion, I started doing everybody in the neighborhood hair. They ponytails. Oh yeah, they came to me. So I always wanted to be creative, but I didn't talk. I don't like people. Like, as far as conversation, I talk too fast. My dad was from South Carolina. He was geeky. He talked fast. So he thought speaking Spanish. And that's how fast people was like, I don't understand you. So I didn't really talk, like for real. You know what I'm saying? I just showed them like my hair and things like that, but I ain't like keep repeating myself or slowing down. So, but yeah, art has always been in me. Then I draw, I paint, I do that.
So how did that change though? Because you said that you ain't talk much, and then now, you're the people's person. So like, what changed? What was that first passion? Did you bring determination from there and added it to that's like what changed over time?
Okay, well, I'm an introvert. Okay, that sounds funny, right? I don't talk to people like that. This is a different platform, so I can talk to many. When I was a hairstylist, you start building relationships with people, and people start talking to you. And then different careers, different jobs I was in, I had to talk to people or whatever. So I like helping people. Like I'm passionate about helping people. But as far as like building friendships and stuff, I would say I'm a popular loner. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear that.
Me, but they don't know me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Ironically, that I'm glad you said that, and that'll help a lot of people because I can relate to that. I wasn't talking to people like that before either. But over time, jobs with dealing with customers and dealing with all managers and being a manager, all that other stuff, it changes the game, and then you could push it into something that you love.
Exactly.
which ironically is the podcasting platform that you have right now. So let's talk about that. Before you got into podcasting though in the media world, what do you do anything else outside of that?
I do a lot of stuff. Okay, so I have Von Renee Incorporated. It's an LLC. I sell cosmetics. I also sell real estate or
Hey,
whatever.
now.
I'm working on my book, about my life or whatever. I manage my son. My son has his own t-shirt custom business or whatever, t-shirt custom business or whatever. Basically, that's it. Oh, I'm a grief counselor. You know what I mean? So, I'm licensed, like I'm a radiology tech. Medical assistant, all that stuff. I got a lot of stuff on my bill. I'm a little older, but I'm a personality like this. When I want to do something, I do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just to have it, but then I might not want to do it no more. But I still know I can do it if I wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? But the passion might die, or I might just put it up for later. I'm nosy, so I want to know, how does that work? I'm gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to school for it. I'm gonna see how it works. I'm gonna see what I can do with it. That's just me.
Can you tell us? You say you're writing a book. Can you tell us the name or what the ins and outs of what it might be about?
Well, it's about how I deal with like loss. Okay, so a lot of people may not know, but I lost my mother, my father, and my 2 sisters, and a fiance. So it's going through those different things or whatever. Just dealing with life and how to do it. Because I lost my mother when I was 26. I lost my father when I was 39. And I lost my sisters in between. Like my oldest sister died in 2004. Then my mom died in 2006. Then fast forward to 2017, my sister died. Then my dad died in 2018. So it was like a gap. And then still being able to move on, like all the stuff that I had to go through, all my little stages of everything, because I did go through stages of stuff, drugs, depression, anxiety, being mean. Yeah, so I'm just going through different steps and still having a career, still being a mother, still doing a lot of stuff, still having the new relationships, having to deal with people like that. So it's just like my journey. That's what I don't have a name yet. Everything Yvonne. I don't know yet.
So I'm glad this is another thing. I'm glad you explained that, because a lot of folks won't dig deep in talking about death and loss and all of that stuff. And the picture that came to mind was the concrete and then like a rose going through that. So what was inside of you that made you push through that concrete of death and loss and all of that to be who you are today?
Okay. Well, I would say this. I really did have my mom and dad. And I said they were really a mom and a dad. So I always reverted back to my experiences with my mom. She taught me how to do a lot of stuff young. Like she had 3 girls. My mom was married 3 times. So that's my dad's only daughter. But she went through a lot. And she taught us like how to deal with stuff. I never seen my mom cry. I never seen her reacting in an emotional way. My father either. My mom lost her mom when she was 5 from cancer. She lost her father. You know what I'm saying? She went through that, and I never seen her grieve. She kept working. She didn't stay home. She didn't sit in it. So what I learned that they went through what I'm going through. And then they still had to go. They had kids. They had responsibilities. So I learned from them not to sit in it, to acknowledge it, to appreciate it. Like, you know what I mean, or whatever. Like, I'm glad I got to know both of my mom and my dad. My dad, we was like best friends. That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? So he taught me a lot too. He taught me the game for real, from a male's perspective, and I appreciate that. And it wasn't really until Nipsey Hussle, listening to him, and he had an interview. And he was talking about life and death, right? He said, "We experience people; we don't possess them.
Facts.
So you hold on to the experience you have with them, and then you'll be better." And I'm like, "He right." You know what I'm saying? You got to think about the experiences you had with people. And that's what I did. I had great experiences. I didn't have no bad childhood. You know what I'm saying? My mom and daddy was dope. I thought my mom was mean, but she was a mom.
She was a mom. Yep, I feel that.
So, and then I had a good childhood. So that's how I get through it. Like I saw how they dealt with like serious situations. I never seen my mom and daddy argue. They was old and real. They argued, I guess, behind closed doors. I never seen that. Of course, they worked different schedules. Mom was a nurse. She worked at night. My dad was a truck driver. But I'm saying it was like what I saw. That's how it prepared me for this.
That's dope. That's dope. So you brought up your real estate company, and you said it was Von Renee.
Yeah.
and with the cosmetic line as well. How has the market been during this pandemic? I know some people are dipping low. My boy Moneybag Yo said he don't want the pandemic to end because he been making millions.
For
So
real.
where are you? And how
I'm
has it affect business?
I'm good. It hasn't affected me. Actually, it's been better. Let me be honest with you. When the pandemic happened, my job I was a sales manager for Ashley Furniture or whatever, and it was aggravating me. I made pretty good money or whatever and stuff, whatever, but I got furloughed. So when I got furloughed, I was like, what do we do? You know what I'm saying? Like that unemployment ain't nothing. My rent for real, $1,500 a month. So $365 a week. That's what he's getting for unemployment. What did that? That's like a high school check for 2 weeks or something.
Yes.
You know, that's like
crazy.
I already had Von Renee, but I didn't really push it like I do now. You know what I'm saying? I had it like the back burner. It was like my little side thing. Like, okay, one day I'm gonna really blow it up. No. I had to really take off. My son's t-shirt business. My son is a socialite. People like him. He's a cute little boy. You know what I'm saying? So like people like his style and stuff. So like he decided because he would wear like little t-shirts, you know, from other companies. Won't you wear your own? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then it was just like to me, it's been flourishing because of the situation and because of my personality. I know a lot of people. You know what I mean? So I network. You gotta know somebody. I want people that was doing it already, learning from them. You know what I'm saying? Being around them, you know, socializing with the right people, like not just talking about it, doing it though. They're like, you know what? I did makeup too. Sorry, I did makeup for MAC for like 10 years as a freelancer. So I was already in cosmetics. I was already like I had relationships with people for real, like higher ups or whatever. So for me, it's been good.
That's good. That's good.
That's good. So to the nitty gritty, right? Tell us the inspiration behind starting the New Normal podcast, which is crazy. It's crazy. Like you know, when we first reached out and met, you know what, about a month ago now.
Yeah.
You know, it's not only a month, I've known you forever.
I know, right?
Right.
So, you know, like I said, I just love your energy and what you were doing on your page and the videos that you put up and the content that you create. So tell us the inspiration behind starting the podcast.
So y'all know what? Okay, it was 3 of us at first. When I first started the whole thing, it was a guy and a girl. So I was like, kind of like the Breakfast Club, but you know, it was like 2 girls and a guy. Well, we was going meetings and everything, but our schedules didn't work. Like, you know, everybody had their own thing. It just didn't work out. And I was getting depressed because it was therapy. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, you want to talk to people about certain issues, and then come to find out everybody kind of was going through the same things, I guess, or whatever. So I was like, okay, so they can't do it. I was really disappointed. I was like, man, I can't do my podcast. No, it's like, do it yourself. I'm like, do it myself. I'm not gonna do it myself. I need people to talk to, you know, or whatever. So I was like, man, but forget it. I'm gonna do it myself. So when I did it myself, man, I got so much love. Then I started connecting with other podcasters. You know, so I was doing like little things with them, which was cool. I was like, oh, it's a whole community. You know, I didn't even know it was a community. I was like, there's a lot of people out there. I'm like this though, with my mind. I'm so many different things. Like I'm serious. I could talk about real serious issues, but I'm funny too. I like fun stuff. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. I like to dance and sing and stuff. So I just put the platform out there to feel good at first, like for my own self. But then I started having people in my inbox saying, man, I love your content. Girl, you make me laugh. You make me smile. And keep doing your thing. So it was really therapy for one. And in 2015, I had a platform. I mean, I started a YouTube. But I was just to let y'all know, FYI, I was married, and he didn't like nothing social, no social media, like no Facebook, no Instagram, no none of that. He was like, no, keep our business. So I couldn't really do it. So when I was free, I got divorced in December of 2019. I can do what I want to do, so I'm gonna do my podcast.
I hear that.
My podcast or whatever. So that's how it happened. It felt good. I just started doing it because it was therapy.
Awesome. So you had 2 partners initially. What was going to be the idea or the pitch of the podcast originally?
Okay, well, so we were kind of like the brothers. We're gonna talk about, I guess, more so gossip, really like whatever's in the news. You know what I'm saying? Like we would have hit on stuff like that. Nothing of importance really. I mean, nothing that really directly affected us. But it's just, like kind of just a gossip kind of like Breakfast Club or something like that. But it wasn't. That's why it didn't work though. I mean, everything happens for a reason.
Yep.
So everything happens for a reason, and for real. And I'm like, I look at that now, I'm like, dang, okay, God, okay, I see what you were doing. I understand.
Right. Mm-hmm. So like you said, and as we see and as we hear, it's energy, especially, being positive, right? Especially during the pandemic, right? A lot of people are down about a lot of different things, but as we hear you speak and, and spoke about your family, you've been through a lot. So to see you here and just having that positive energy is definitely inspiring for one. And then you also spoke about how when you were young, you really didn't talk to a lot of people, right? So the energy, right? How do you channel that and then get in on these type of platforms and speaking to the people, right? Like, is it hard sometimes to express yourself so talk about that.
Well, I just be how I am at home with my little group of people. I'm like this all the time. It's just more people are seeing it. That's just my personality. I've been like that, but you know how you be like a certain way with your mom or you're at home with your parents or whatever. So that's just what people see. That's how I am with my son. Like, we are silly. You don't even know, like, we have so much fun, but then we're serious too. I had before this, I was on here with y'all. I was talking to my brother, our homeboy. We was talking about the Black Messiah. We was talking about some serious stuff. We was talking about change and what we're going, like, you know what I mean? But we found the laughter in it or whatever. And I had good parents. My daddy always smiled and always laughed. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you don't really realize it, but your parents, you are them. Like, certain things that they do, it come out of you. You don't really realize it when you're little. Like, I ain't never gonna be like them. You be just like them.
That's a fact.
You be just like them. My daddy was always like, let's have a good time. My mom was like, listen, did you read the book? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, both of them. So I'm like, that book.
That is funny.
That's why I get both of them.
Facts. Okay. So why is it important, right? As a woman, Black woman especially, right? Why is it important for women, especially Black women, to express their voices, right, and create a lane for themselves?
Well, the only way to me for you to understand us is for us to have a conversation. We have to communicate. We have to tell you who we are. Unfortunately, what I'm seeing lately with Black women, with women, period, I'm gonna say that.
Okay.
We don't really show our true feelings. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like a lot of us put on these facades, and it's not really how we feel, because we don't want to be judged. We want to be liked or whatever. Because people like, if I tell him the truth or tell her the truth, they're not gonna like me. Well, me, I'm gonna tell you the truth, because if you don't like me, that's your problem, not mine. I'm being honest with you about things. So I think you need to be honest with yourself, exude that, so people can understand how to deal with you. Because if you don't know, if I'm telling you I'm laughing in your face and you're hurting me or whatever, and I'm not saying nothing, you're not gonna know how to address me. Or we have to be able to communicate with people and let them know without being like, mean or whatever. Taking people into consideration, their feelings in consideration, but be true to who you are. You know what I'm saying? And what I am love. I want to make it that I'm not judging anybody, but let's try to find a common place so we can get along, or we could try to understand each other. Why do you view that way? This is why I view it this way. You might change my mind. You changed my mind about the topic. We already talked about that. So, nope. We'll talk about it on Wednesday. But I'm saying sometimes you have to communicate with people because you don't see things that way, because you never heard it or you never thought about it that way. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, you just have to stand firm in who you are and know who you are for real, though. Like, I'm learning myself every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning who I am. I had to unlearn and relearn, and I do that every day. So to me, it's just important to communicate that and be true to who you are, because you got to look at yourself. You got to live with yourself in the end of the day. So that's why it's important for me. I like to keep it clean. I want somebody to know how to deal with me. Don't try to come to me in any kind of way. So
I hear that.
I want to put out positive feedback or positive energy so you'll know how to address me. So.
Facts. So, tell us about, right? You know, so you're constantly on social media, right? You know, and
No, I'm not.
well,
Yeah.
well, let's hold up. You know, hold up. You know, you're
I'll be playing. Anyway, go ahead.
Right.
I know. So you're on social media. Let's not say constantly. Let's just say you're on social media, right?
Okay.
And you know, with that, I know a lot of people, especially myself, will, you know, we take at least like a day or two break from social media because it can get, you know, it can cloud a lot of things. You know, you're seeing this, you're seeing that. A lot of stuff is just, you know, a lot of stuff is funny. You know, you got your memes and your videos and things like that, but then you also just have, you know, people just hating on one another, or you know, just, you know, really not showing that support, viewing your page but not clicking the likes, or this, you know, just a whole bunch of different things, right, with social media. What are your experiences with it? What are your ups and downs with it at times?
Well, and in the beginning, I was concerned about that. I was concerned, like, a lot of people, I know people looking at my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, why they ain't liking my stuff or whatever. Well, when I started to be like, you know what, that don't matter. It don't matter to me no more. Like, you know, and when it stopped mattering, people look at my stuff now. I don't even look at it. I'm like, people are viewing my stuff now. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, because I let it go, because you're going to catch somebody. Somebody's paying attention. Somebody's listening. Somebody's watching. It don't concern me. I just don't, that's not a concern. Like I said, my podcast is therapy for me. And I hope it's therapy for others. So if they don't want to watch or they don't want to like, that's their fault. Like that's on them. It's okay. Because my time is coming. That's how I look at it. Like, you know what I mean? And I see the numbers. I do see them. You know, you can see the real numbers for real.
Yeah.
Compared to what they show.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't let it affect me anymore. It did in the beginning. At first, I was like, dang, nobody like my stuff. Nobody like me. I'm funny. And then I was like, I get it. I understand. My time is not a big deal. You attract the right people you're supposed to attract. And I did, and I'm doing it. So it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because especially with me building, glory to God, this media platform. In the beginning, I did kind of, like, I grew up not caring about what people said until freaking social media. I'm sitting here trying to cater to them. And I'm just like, hold on, what are my interests, right? What am I actually really, truly building this platform for? Exactly. And that changed. And like you said, when I stopped worrying about them and worried about what's dwelling in me, which is God, and my actual purpose, and the whole thing changed. It has a whole different meaning to it.
Okay, come through. Exactly, come through, God. You know, he'll let you know. Like, come on now, for real, what you doing this for?
Right.
Like, God, you know, well, you know too.
Right, exactly.
Right.
That's how that works. And I feel like I said, it's the time for everything or whatever. But last night, let me tell you, a random guy, I don't know him, he had left me a message. He said, I've been watching you for a while. Keep doing your thing, because you're changing the world. And that made me feel good. I was like, okay, all right, you know what I'm saying? So stuff like that makes me feel good. And then, like, now really people in my comments are talking to me, and I'm talking to them. So it made me feel like I got some, like, I have a family, like the new norms. That's what I call them, the norms. So, right,
the new norms. I like that.
That's dope.
So it's just like you building, and people see you. Because at first I thought I had to do everything. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I first came out, I was doing platforms that I knew that wasn't me. I kind of had to dumb myself down to do them. And I was like, man, I ain't trying to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? For real, like I'm gonna say, I don't drink like that. It's like everybody got a drink. I'm like, why everybody got a drink? You know what I'm saying? I guess to be seen, because that ain't me. And then I'll be being fake. And I don't like that. I'm not fake. I want to attract real people to feel. I'm not knocking whoever drink. They can do what you want to do. But that wasn't me. And I feel like I was part of getting into that trap. Like, let me get my little glass. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, and then I want to talk about deep topics. Everybody's not talking about like what I want to talk about. And then if I talk about, okay, so yeah, so-and-so, T.I. and Tanya, I don't want to talk about that. You know? Right. So I was like, let me be true to myself, and the right people come along that I can have my conversations with. And that's what's happening. Like the right conversations are happening with people. I want to talk about certain stuff, and they're really thinking about it. They're thinking about the topic. They're really watching certain stuff, like watching the movie. When I was talking to Amrod, he really we really go in when we watch movies. We don't just be like, "You seen that movie? Yeah, I saw it. It was good."
Right.
We go into like the characters. Why you think they feel like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? The visuals. I like that. That's what I do. You see my camera in the back. It's not just for display. But I was in film. I was in film production for 3 years. I worked at Channel 46 News, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. My teacher, David Waller, how you doing? If you see this, he's my favorite teacher in school. I went to performing arts school. And he always like, you need to do this. But, you know, the Art Institute was a little expensive. Beauty college was only $5,000. You know what I'm saying? The Art Institute was like $30,000 a year. I went to beauty college.
Right.
So you can learn that on YouTube.
Yeah, now, but not then. In 96.
Oh, fact. Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
97, no, buddy, you weren't learning. You weren't even back then.
Not in 90. No, you're right.
But when I interned, I liked it. Because I was a floor director. I did editing. I was like, yeah, this is me. But I wanted to be talent. So I liked it. When I seen the talent, I was like, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? So later on, I wanted to be on the radio. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now, so my plan is to really take my platform to radio. Like, you know what I mean? So that's eventually what I want to do. That's what I wanted to do before. And my daddy always said I should be on the radio. So, you know, got to do it with my
daddy. I agree. Yeah, you have the radio.
Yeah.
That voice and personality. So definitely, that's a no-brainer.
Hey, look, real quick. You remember you said about doing the audio and the visuals? So I was talking to my friend. He was like, "You talking about doing a movie?" Then I was like, "That is a movie." That's what I said.
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. That's what. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I wanted to ask you real quick. So you dabbled in a lot, right? What's out of all those things that you mentioned, right? The film, you know, you still got your real estate, your cosmetics, medical, like all of these different things. What was the most intriguing? Like what, you know, like which one would you have stuck with? You know, like.
What you mean? Which one I would have stuck with? Because I'm still stuck with all of them.
Well, I mean, as far as like with film school, right? Like, you know, or medical school. Like, which one would you have?
Well, okay. Well, medical school. I only went to medical school because I had to take care of my mom. So she had home health care, right? And they was like, you were good. You should be a nurse. And I was like, this is my mama. That's why I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, I went to medical school to become, they want to become a nurse. I said, I'll just start for something simple. That was the medical assisting. Which was okay. But I was like, man, no, I don't know if I want to be, you know, giving people shots and stuff. Because ladies told me, girl, no. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't want to do no shots.
Yeah,
so I had a radiology program at Grady. So I went to do the program. I became a radiology tech, which was cool too. That was, you know, more money. Okay. But then this lady was like, I hear crackles in my chest. Am I going to die? So I was like, oh, no, wait, it was getting to me. Mom had just died. My sister had died. And I was like, I want something. I need to get out of this. So I went back into beauty. You know, to feel good. I started like makeup and hair again or whatever. So I liked it because it's a different type of energy. They make people feel good. They're like, oh my God, it looks so pretty.
I hear that.
Yeah, I was doing cancer patients. They lost their hair and their makeup. So I'm doing makeup on them. And they're like, oh my God, I look so beautiful. It made me feel good to make them feel good. You know what I'm saying? So then after that, as far as film, oh yeah, definitely want to get in that. I am looking at film schools though, but the ones I'm looking at are in LA. And the way the pandemic, well, we have some here in Atlanta. So I might not move to LA. I might just stay here, you know, so travel there, but I don't want to live there. And it's expensive. Yeah. You know, but
definitely way expensive.
Sheesh. I ain't ready for that.
I ain't ready for it. I had a homegirl who sold her house there for like $500,000, and then she got a house here. I mean, her house there was $500,000, but it was like regular schmegler. She got a house here. She got like a little mini mansion. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different, but it's changing because everybody's moving here.
Yeah, that's the difference.
I'm looking at the house now. And I was like $2,500 for a 3-bedroom. Like, what? No,
that's crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, it depends on the area, and then you gotta go like real country. country could get like a 5-bedroom for like probably like 120,000.
Right.
For real.
Mhm.
Right.
So all of them really, but I'm really gonna get into the film again, and also like I said, radio. And I like to paint. Painting it's meditation. You know what I'm saying? I do abstract art. I don't do any. I'm not drawing people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
So,
But
what advice would you give the young girls out there who's trying to aspire to do the things that you've done, like podcasting, real estate, all of the above, even all the way to starting just a business IG page or something? What advice would you give them?
Okay, so this is what I give my son and my nieces. I have 2 daughters and my nieces, though, and I'm biological. But study, learn as much as you can in whatever field you're trying to go into or whatever. If you want to start a podcast, why? You know what I'm saying? They're like, okay, I want to do this or whatever. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta do it. Because some people are like, no, I want to wait until I get this. No. You wait until you get that. You need to just do it. Just don't stop your goals. If it's something minute that you want to stop, like, don't do that. Go for what you know. Don't let nobody, some naysayers, people say you can't do it. Don't listen to them because they're not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to somebody doing something that you're not doing. Like, if you want to do something, don't listen to somebody who's not doing it.
Right.
Because people are going to tell you that you can't do it because they can't see their stuff doing it. No. So maintain your goals and go for them. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nothing stop you from them. You know what I mean? So that's
I hear that. So last question of this interview, which is a big one. You already said goals. You said you're aspiring to be on the radio, which we definitely can see that. Are there any other goals and focuses for this year and beyond?
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm trying to get some land because I want a farm. Yeah, I want a garden. I want to get a little building. I'm still thinking in my head though. My son said he wants a cafe. My grandfather had a cafe, a club, and a rooming house. So it's in me anyway. So I'm thinking about a lot of different things. But initially, I want some land. I want to buy the land so I can have a farm. My cousins and stuff already doing it in Seattle, and she's bomb. Colleen, she has a farm. And if you saw her, you wouldn't think she's so little and pretty, but she get down in the dirt. She done built a house for her kids. She done did everything. Like, that inspires me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my own stuff. Like, I
hear that.
Grocery store and things like that. I want to be able to like go outside, you know. So that's I'm a simple person. So I just want like I said, a land. I want a house. Of course, eventually get married or whatever. I don't know about no more kids, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? I want to have my own business, be the radio or whatever. So I'm working on all that stuff. Like,
dope.
Definitely.
So right now we're about to get into our quick 5. All right. So I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. We just need 5 quick answers to each question. All right. So, don't be nervous. All right. So first up, right? So first up, tell us one thing that you know now, right, that you wish you knew at the beginning of your journey.
You have patience.
Okay.
That's a good one. That's almost number 1 on my list.
Right.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Patience is that's a fact.
Yeah.
Next. So which public figure that has passed on, right? Would you have loved to have met? Maybe talked about each other's experiences, potential business opportunities, or just simply pick their brains for their knowledge?
One person? It's a lot of them.
Right.
Okay.
Everybody say that on that question.
Like
You know? Give us 3. Give us 3.
Okay, Cecily Tyson, Nipsey Hussle, Dick Gregory.
Yep. I hear that. Yeah.
I hear that. I like that. All right. So next, please say a curse word that you might use in your everyday vocabulary.
Shit.
Is that the first?
I agree. When we talk,
that might be the first shit that we got, bro.
I hear. Shit.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, shit.
All right, that's a bet.
Hey, bro, that might be the first one we got. I think we got all of them except for that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think
You
you're
the
all
first
right.
shit.
I'm the shit.
Right.
Right. Hey.
That's funny.
Please give us your top 5 A-list people from Atlanta or the state of Georgia.
Woo, that's a good one.
Atlanta, the top 5
people. Period. Don't matter what industry or just
It's from Atlanta though. Period.
from. Yep.
Right now, for real, I like Stacey Abrams. I like Andre 3000.
Of
I
course.
like 2 Chainz. Hey,
Of
Killer
course.
Mike. You know what I'm talking about?
That's Chief's guy, Killer Mike.
That's your hard.
Huh?
I love Killer Mike. That's
Yeah.
my guy.
I got 2 more. I like T.I. I mean, I don't judge people, but I like, you know what I'm saying? I like him. As far as another female, I'm gonna say Candy. She's a good business woman.
Okay, that's a good one.
Business, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she be killing it.
She know a lot of different genres too.
Mhm.
Facts.
Restaurant, adult toys.
She everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
So
facts.
that's
And finally, what do you often pray for the most?
peace of mind.
Perfect.
Great one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Great one. Well, definitely appreciate this. This is our interview. We thank everybody for listening and viewing us live right now. Please go follow Riri at the new_normal2 podcast right now on IG. I wanted to make sure I got that right. So it's at the new_normal2 podcast. All right. So the new normal podcast. Please check out Riri. And Riri, do you have any closing remarks? Anything you want to say to the people?
Yeah, let me take my mic. So yeah,
Right.
first of all, I want to thank Chief and Amrock for having me on their platform. I think they're great. They're creative innovators for this world. They're very knowledgeable. They're dope. We got a lot of things on their belt. A magazine, film company, everything. A podcast. What? Merch. Okay. Anyway, so everybody out there who's watching, just people. Period. I want us to be better. I want us to communicate better. I want us to come together to be as one in a positive platform and just do great and do, you know what I'm saying? Support each other. That's all.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
I hear that. Appreciate that message for real. Thank you also to the StreamYard platform once again for letting us present live this evening. Please remember to follow us on IG, TikTok, Facebook, all at the HL Podcast. And of course, our HL Thursdays, our new episode is coming to you very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. And also be on the lookout for this episode of our interviews. We'll be chopping it up and putting it out soon. So yes, this was great. Thank you for coming on the platform.
Y'all welcome.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it. Also, tomorrow, Wednesday,
there you go.
First up, the Lions Den with Chief and Yaja Kede, and then of course, Blunt Convo with Riri and myself on there.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all tune in. It's gonna be crazy. Of course, you already know what we're gonna be talking about.
Yep.
And again, thanks everybody. Peace and love, everyone.
Peace and love.